Hey friends, it's Tyler from Rehab to Fab Designs, and today I'm going to be showing you how to do some furniture repairs. As you can see here where I'm rubbing my finger, there is a missing piece of trim. It should look like the other side. It's like a rope design, but it was broken off, so we're going to make a new piece to replace that so that it looks all brand new again. So we're starting by using some 3M tape. We're going to line this on either side of the good trim. The good trim is going to be our mold. Basically, we're going to spray it first with a little bit of WD-40. The reason we're doing this is because it's going to help the glue release. We did go ahead and put the 3M tape beside it just to keep it from running out quite as much. After we sprayed it with the WD-40, we came in with our little tiny hot glue gun and a couple of sticks of glue and just completely covered the whole area of the good trim. Basically what this is going to do is dry over top of the good trim and make a mold of that shape. You're going to allow it to dry just a minute or two because we do still want it to be a little soft and pliable. Here's what it looks like, just thick blobs basically of glue over top of that good trim area. Next, we're going to start peeling it away. We're going to start lifting the tape up so we can get it off, and then just kind of as we go gently peel back with our fingers the glue that we placed over top of the good trim. Once we get it all off, we have a new mold that is in the exact shape and design of the trim, and we're going to use that to build a new piece of trim to replace the missing part. It's a perfect replica. So next we actually have to build the new piece of trim. For that, we're going to use Bondo, but first we're going to use our WD-40 again just to spray inside of the new mold we built. You can kind of see the shape here a little bit better as the WD-40 goes in it. And my husband here is just kind of rolling it around to make sure it covers the entire mold on the inside. And again, we're just doing this so that it will release easily once we're done. So we're going to take Bondo wood filler. If you've used it before, you know it has a terrible smell, so if you're sensitive to those or if you want to protect your lungs, you should probably wear a mask. You're going to take a little bit of the Bondo itself, and then there is a cream hardener that is the second part that will activate that. You're going to apply a small amount in that, and then using your putty knife, you're just going to mix it up and get it thoroughly mixed so that you can use it to build your new trim. Once you have it all mixed up, you're going to use that putty knife to just pick up the Bondo and smear it into the mold that we've created. You're going to push it down into the crevices, making sure you got it in there pretty thick because you want to make sure you fill the whole thing, otherwise it's not going to be the correct shape. Once you get that on there, you can come back across the top and wipe off any excess. Then you're going to allow this to dry. Once it's dry, you're going to gently peel the mold off of your dried Bondo, being careful not to break it. If you've used Bondo before, again, you'll know it is very sturdy, so you shouldn't have to worry too much, but just gently peel back your mold. And then now you have a new piece of trim. Looks kind of ugly right now because it's got excess Bondo around it, but for that we are going to use a box cutter, and we're just going to go right around the trim and cut off any of that excess spillage. And then once we get all that off, we're going to sand it down and get it nice and smooth. That's it, guys. Once you get it sanded down, you're pretty much done. It is a little bit tedious for this part. Kind of feels a little bit like, I don't know, clay work. But it is well worth it because otherwise this piece would have been missing a piece of trim and it would not have looked right. And there are some pieces that some people may, you know, walk past and not want to pick up because of the broken trim, or maybe even some people think they're ruined, and this is an easy and simple way that you can replace it and make it look whole again. That way these pieces can be refinished and used for several more years for somebody so that they're loved instead of tossed. As you can see here on the right, the dark color, actually the left, he swapped it on me. That's the original piece that was broken off. It was missing about half of it. And then the new piece that he had built beside it. Once we get that done, we're going to put some wood glue on the back and then secure it in place. We're using Gorilla Glue here. You can also use Titebond, just whatever your preference is. They're basically the same. You're going to apply it to the piece of furniture where it's missing. Here, ours is on the side of the door, and then my husband used some clamps to hold it in place until it dried. In addition to that, to make sure it stayed in place, he did use some tiny little nails. I can't tell you what size they are. It's the uber tiny ones that you see here. And just tap them into place gently using a hammer. There's the nail. Once you get it close to being in, you want to be careful because you don't want to hit it and break your mold. So he does a lot of times use the flat side of a nail. He will lay the flat side of a nail over top of the actual nail head that he's using, and then tap that into place as well. And that's it. As you can see here, the new piece of trim is on the left side of the right door right there. It's a little bit lighter, obviously, than the wood stain, but it looks exactly the same as the other side, and this piece has been rescued. Now I just have to finish the paint. As always, thanks for watching and supporting us. Please be sure and subscribe to our channel, drop any comments down below, and turn on notifications.